Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I am going to be using this cat's eye polish from Ukiyo, which is number 9904, I think that just said. Now I do want the cat's eye effect. I'm going to do a couple of coats of this polish. And now this polish has not been used for a very, very long time. I should have given it a bit more of a shake before I started using it, to be honest. Normally, gel polishes don't normally need a shake, but sometimes, you know, if they've just sat there for a long while, you can hear my kids laughing in the background. If they if they haven't been used for a long time, they do just need waking up a little bit. I don't want to know what my kids are doing. They're laughing, not screaming. I'm just going to leave them do it. So these two nails are going to be cat's eye effect, and I'm just going to come in with the magnet just at an angle and get a couple of mil away from the nail, and there you go. A few seconds, hold it there. Jobs are good and lovely. Whack those in the lamp. Now I'm going to do a few coats on those because it didn't cover as well as I wanted to do, but I'm just doing exactly the same principle. Then, as you may or may not know, I do paint by numbers. I quite like paint by numbers, and I got loads of the acrylic paints left. So I am going to use them and do a little bit of sponging. And I'm going to make like a 3-coloured ombre on these nails. And literally all I'm doing is just dabbing this on, and then I'm going to get some sponge. I wish I hadn't, you see how I've just gone that little bit too far on that one. That's a little bit annoying. I should have wiped it off, because I thought it would just blend and you wouldn't notice anyway, but it didn't. Anywho, we're going to cover it up anyway, so you're not going to see it, so I don't know why I'm fixated on it, but it bugged me a little bit. Just taking some of the water out of my brush there because it still had a bit in from where I've just washed it before bringing in the next colour. I really enjoy this technique. I love the effect that you get, not only with the ombre, but also because of where the sponge goes, it almost like makes a little bubbly effect, but not like the actual bubble nails. We all remember the bubble nails. I don't mean the ones where it looks like a bubble. I mean the ones where you use fairy liquid to make them. Which I know, it was a real hit and miss with that with some people. They either loved it or they hated it. It was a little bit Marmitey, wasn't it? My sister hated it and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. Yeah, it's a shame. I quite liked that trend. It's definitely better than the swirl. No, I'm not going to discuss the swirls again. Don't worry. We're going to move on. So I'm going to come along with the bottom and I'm just going to put a yellow in there. And obviously this is all just wet. So you do have to work fairly quickly because obviously these are air drying. So you don't want them to air dry too much. And it's why I'm putting quite a generous layer on as well. Because I also don't want to have to do another coat over it. I want it just to all be done in one coat. And yeah, I don't want to do super thin coats and then it all air dries before I've blended it, which would not look good. Okay, so clean that off. I'll give it a proper clean in a minute. And then I'm going to get my sponge, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll it almost. So I started from the top on this. And then what I realised was I should actually start from the bottom, potentially, and have the lightest colour. Or did I do it from the top all the way down to the bottom? Yeah, no, you see, I blended that one, and then I'm just going to cut this bit off because obviously I don't want that going into the yellow. And then what I realised was if I go from the yellow upwards, I don't have to worry about that because I can just go from the bottom all the way up and they will just blend together. So I'm just going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Blendy, 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 blend. Ta-da! I can't decide which one I liked more. See, that one, it didn't have quite the same definition between them all. It kind of, yeah. So I'm just going to add a little bit more back to the top bit. It just kind of lost it a little bit. So other than the weird little blip I've got on the other nail, I actually prefer the other nail. So starting from the bottom and working my way up. But it's fun. If you haven't tried this, give it a go. This is just a makeup sponge. Nothing exciting whatsoever. And just some leftover paints. And yeah, it's fun to do. I really actually enjoy it. I'm going to leave those to dry. Because obviously if I do anything with those right now, it's all going to go nyeh. So I'm going to come back and carry on doing some more coats on these. And I am using the cat's eye on each coat. I don't know quite why I'm using it on each coat, but everybody else seems to do it. So I just assume that's what you do. But considering you only ever see the last coat, I'm not entirely sure why. Yeah, who knows? So I'm just going to do exactly the same now. Get my magnet at an angle. So you see, I'm not using it straight because I want it to have the nice angled effect. And then I'm going to pop that in the lamp and let that cure. So I did end up doing 3 coats, and as you'll see, there is now a gold line down the middle of these nails. I'm going to come along on top coat, and I'm going to use a matte top coat. This is the wipe off, so it's got a tacky layer, so you do need to wipe off the tacky layer. I really did not like that stripe. Not that I didn't like the stripe, it just wasn't pow enough for me. So what I'm going to come and do in a minute is I'm actually going to use some striping tape to do that line instead. And then I got these really cool, funky square gold stickers. So exactly the same colour. And I decide I'm going to use a bit of those instead. I don't know, it was missing something. And then when I saw the gold stickers, I thought, oh, I really like those. Those will go really nicely. But then it didn't match the strip down the middle, which is why I thought I was going to change. I'm just going to change it out so they all match each other. So that should have been the end of the video of me top coating those, but obviously it didn't. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to do the stripes. Now, I love the matte effect on a cat's eye. And when I showed my friend the picture, he said, oh, it's like rusted metal. So this one is nicknamed Rusted Metal. Because it does kind of have that similar effect. I assume it was a compliment. I'm not entirely sure at this point, but I'm pretty certain it was well, he really liked the set, so I'm assuming it was a compliment. I mean, these stickers, yeah, they're good stickers, these, if you can get them off. As in off the tweezers, not off the backing paper. That's really simple. You just peel it, but just do be gentle. I did bust a couple because I was not being as well. I thought that it would be like a full bit that you pulled off, but it wasn't. It was cut round, so it was a little bit more delicate than I had first envisaged. Bad show now. But it was fine. I figured that out after the first disaster, and it was fine. Kind of. So you see what I mean? That gold strip now, it's got some pow to it. And that's what we like, is a bit of pow. And then what I'm going to do is simply, I'm going to add 3 squares onto each of these nails, just going from alternate sides. Just to add a little bit of something extra. And again, it's the fun of not being able to hold the tip at the same time as trying to hold everything else. Yeah, this gets thrown around a little bit. And then that's all I'm going to do for this. There we go. I'm just doing exactly the same thing to this nail, and then I will top coat them actually in gloss rather than the matte, because obviously I don't want to dull that lovely shine we've now got from the striping tape and the squares. And then that's it. That's this design. All done for you today. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Please do give it a go. Try this technique, and then pop it on the Facebook page, or, you know, tag me in Instagram and show me what you've made, because I really would like to see what people have been creating as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.